Every marriage has its ups and downs, but the demons are a real downer.
My name is Collis. I'm a senior writer at Entertainment Weekly magazine. Very much enjoyed the new Conjuring movie.
The court accepts the existence of God every time a witness swears to tell the truth. I think it's about time they accept the existence of the devil.
It follows the story of Arnie Johnson, this man who murdered his landlord and claimed demonic possession. You know, I think that ultimately the film is filled with surprises. I think from the very beginning, it takes turns that you're not expecting, and you know that was always the goal of it. Working with Patrick and Vera is probably one of the best experiences of my career, and you know they are honestly two of the best human beings that I've met. They're amazing actors, they're amazing people, they have incredible chemistry on screen. They're so interesting, they work very differently, they come at scenes very differently, but they also have a tremendous respect for each other, which is, you know, I think you see, and I think it carries forward, you know, into, you know, their on-screen relationship.
Ruairi?
Without doubt, you two are one of the definitely one of the more romantic on-screen couples, which is, you know, interesting and remarkable given that you don't really think of these films as romantic films.
We're in it to portray this couple who has this incredible unity and who are a team. You know, it's a team game, and they constantly needed to produce a win together, and they balance each other out so beautifully. As esoteric as she is, he's practical, and they need each other, and the love stems from that. These two people just clinging to each other. Every marriage has its ups and downs, but the demons are a real downer in this marriage. and they put like the undue stress, but they're in it together, right?
Whatever happened that day, that was not Arnie.
How I have been describing my situation in this movie is, in the beginning, my younger brother, David, he is possessed, and we go through this whole exorcism for him, and through that exorcism, the demon is transferred from my brother to my boyfriend, who is Arnie Johnson, played by Rory O'Connor. He then ends up murdering someone because he's possessed.
I think I hurt someone.
What was it like meeting the person your character is based on?
In the other Conjuring films, people were haunted, possessed, / had mental disturbances, which is dark as it is, but someone lost their life due to this case, and they're never coming back, and definitely want to be sensitive to that. But as an actor looking at the script, I just have to figure out what the character is thinking from scene to scene, and luckily Arnie doesn't know if he did it. He's filled with guilt for letting the demon in. He doesn't know if it was actually him. The Warrens claim he might not be possessed now, so he's confused and uncertain, and certainly I am, as to what happened. So that was more helpful than trying to figure out what I know about it, because I don't really know anything.
I invited this thing into me. And that's the reason that he's dead.
You very convincingly play a man possessed, literally possessed. What's that? It looks like it's hard on your back, I have to say. It looks like...
My back is fine at the moment. I'm doing another show. I'm doing a morning show at the moment, and it's got brilliant actors in it, but they're all just a little bit older, and they just sit in a circle and talk about how bad their backs are and that it's coming for me. So I've advanced it along quite quickly with this. But luckily I have a contortionist as well that would come in and do amazing stuff, ruin his back, right, and then hopefully people think it's me. You know, it's my back is safe.
But how much did, if at all, did you sort of look at the actual, inspiration for the story?
You're playing real people, and whatever your own, I don't judge anybody involved. I like to read every side of it that I can. I'm not sheepish about, well, I only want to read his side of it. Like, that's okay. I want to read everything that was going on then. And then you can hear recordings, because they recorded a lot of the exorcisms, attempted exorcisms with young David Glatzel, and those are all, we have some actually at the end of the movie. All that being said, you read all that through the eyes of your script. Like, what serves our movie? And you don't have to agree with me, but I'm less concerned at how Ed and Lorraine were in real life, trying to figure out their intimate details. Actually does me no good. I know what our relationship needs to be for the purpose of our movie, and that's a very idyllic union, and that's so wonderful to play. That's what I put my faith in.
Obviously, Patrick and Vera, this isn't their first rodeo with regards to the Conjuring universe. What was it like working with them?
I mean, their chemistry and warmth on screen is so palpable. It's something that we really wanted to kind of have between ourselves and be a little echoing love story. Like, they're such pros, they love it. Vera came in to read through, she high-fived everyone and said, "Conjuring 3, baby." And I realized it wasn't going to be quite as grim an experience I thought it might be,
right.
You know, making up. Horror films are so funny to make. And
yeah,
the bits, you know, the scares are so inventive and funny and fun that it is kind of like creating little pranks for the audience as opposed to being very grim.
And did anything spooky happen during the shoot?
I think the spookiest thing was just as we were, you know, listening to the real recordings. I played the, you know, our movie opens with this exorcism of this young boy, and we actually have the audio recording of it, and we play it over the end credits. And you know, we had it on set and we played it for everybody. When I was first playing it, it was just kind of I just shamelessly wanted to get us in the mood. But I think that the gravity of it and the fact that, you know, it's without a doubt, you know, even if you are a hardcore skeptic, if you're listening to this audio, I mean, you can hear the pain and the horror of this that's going on in this scene, and you know, this little boy's going through. So it was really chilling, and I think it brought a certain weight to the scene, and I think everybody, you know, felt a responsibility going into it that, you know, whatever word we use to classify it, whatever happened is, you know, was real and was very real for those people. So I think that was probably the spookiest thing.
Where now for the Conjuring franchise, do you think, after this?
You know, I know James has some cases up his sleeve. I think that there's a lot of things they want to explore. You know, if anything, I think that this film has shown how diverse the Conjuring films can be and how they are willing to take chances and surprise audiences. And I've heard of things that, you know, they are developing. I'm very excited to see what comes next. I come at this first and foremost as a fan of the franchise. And so I'm just like you, I'm excited to see what happens next.